What up, guys? Today we got another narrated role to look at, and it's going to be with my friend Bryan. And he really likes to start standing up, so we're going to start standing in this one. And I probably get taken down or I pull guard real quick. All right, let's take a look. All right, so immediately off the bat, let's look at what I'm trying to do with my grips. So you see that I have a collar and a sleeve, and I'm punching that collar in towards him, trying to get his posture low, and then I reach for that leg. He steps back, and he starts stepping behind me. Notice that I have no grips, no underhooks on this near side. I'm still on that collar, and he tries to trip, so I step my foot back. And this whole exchange, look at how his head is higher than mine, making it easy for him to go for this follow-up Uchimata. And I kind of post out. And look at how low my head is. So I try to stand back up, and he goes for the other side. And I get my leg taken. He's in this single leg position. And he trips me very nicely by stepping behind my base leg. So let's look at that one more time. Picks up my leg as I'm going for his, and he steps right behind my base leg. Takes me down. Very nice. So I try to bump him immediately with that leg in the middle and try to come up. But you can see he drops to his knee, and he's sinking down very heavy, so I can't bump him. Nice. He's immediately starting to mount or get his knee up high across my stomach, but I think I pushed it back, so he drops back down to a side control here. Notice that he has no crossface. He has both arms across my body, and he's just sinking his hips down, but he has no grips on the near side. Oh, he did on near my hips, not near my head. Now he's taking this deep underhook and scooting up high. So I noticed that he's looking for this far side armbar. I'm trying to keep my elbow tight. He's scooping that arm. Yep, he's going for this straight arm lock. I'm cupping his head, trying to roll, keep my shoulders up. So this straight arm lock that he's trying to do, it's not very effective until he can get both my shoulders pinned on the mat. So as you can see, I'm kind of on my side here, which takes pressure off the lock. And I'm keeping him, actually, I don't think I should be hugging him with my left arm here. Should just be trying to turn. So I turn to my knees. And he's still on this arm. Nope, he's trying to drive in and pass guard. So I land into my, like a half butterfly, I think. Nice hip switch by Bryan. And he jumps right over both my knees. Very nice. One more time. We're in this half butterfly. He has his head posted on the ground so that his legs can be light. He steps up high, hugs the head, switches his hips here, and steps over the other knee. Very nice. I'm trying to frame with my knee. Yeah, I still have my knee out. Now he steps right over. Beautiful tripod passing. I wonder if he got the Joseph Chen instructional. Nice. So I catch his ankle here real quick in this quarter guard, and he's immediately trying to drive back down to clear it. So I'm turning side to side, keep my shoulders off the ground to off balance this guy and trying to come up. You can see he's heavy with his legs. Trying to bump with this bottom knee here, trying to get that frame in, stop him from collapsing them. Look how he's heavy, driving downwards. Trying to frame, get my other leg out, and he steps right back over. This is very tiring for me. Again, he has his knee free here. Without his knee, I can't really attack from the bottom half guard position. Still stuck in quarter. So I try to turn to face him. He back steps again. And he has this underhook on this side. That's also keeping my shoulders pinned. And he's sitting on top of this arm. Very heavy. So I'm trying to pummel this foot in front of his far leg. Because if I can push his leg that way, I can hopefully scoot out on my bottom knee. But I think he's so heavy that I'm unable to do so. Yeah, you can see me trying to come up on my bottom knee. As I push him back. There you go, trying to step right up to mount. Nope. I do have this arm drag though. Hold on, let me go back, look at it one more time. I totally missed from here. So Bryan has this underhook, and he's trying to flatten me. Yep, he has this near side underhook, but on the far side, I have the underhook. And at this point, my head is already under his armpit. So I'm pretty confident I can get on top or to the back, no matter what he does. So my head here, notice how it's already under his arm. So even if he manages to push me back this way, my far arm here can grab his arm and stop him from chasing me. All I have to do is scoot back and notice that grip on his far arm so he can't keep turning. Immediately take this seatbelt position. Nice. Notice I only have a bottom hook here. The top hook is still on the ground and it's scooting me backwards because I want him to be lower relative to myself, because if I can get my shoulders above him, it would be much easier to attack his neck. So he has this bottom leg triangled, which makes it very difficult for me to shift myself up. And I'm trying to pull this arm down to trap it with my leg, with this leg. I'm going to try to bring it over his arm, because if I can trap his arm with my leg, I'll have two arms free to attack his neck, while he only has one to defend. He does have this kind of like a lockdown position, keeping my whole leg extended here, which means it's very difficult to get the knee high to attack him, so he's staying safe. Also, at this point, he managed to bring this arm from this side of his neck all the way to the other side. So the choke is no longer there, and he's going to try to scoot out to his knees. But I still have this bottom hook in, so you're going to see he's trying to push this hook down and try to scoot his hips over it. While I'm trying to keep the hook high. There you go, scoots over. So immediately as I notice myself losing the hook, I'm going to try to turn to my knees down, and try to come up on top. And because I've had that grip under his arm the whole time, I can immediately start attacking this Kimura. So let's look at that one more time. So from this seatbelt position, notice he goes 2-on-1 on this wrist, and he clears it to the other side. That means I have no more choke. But that's okay, because I still have this arm. So I notice that I've lost this top hook, and he's likely going to jump my bottom leg. He's going to clear the bottom hook too. So I prepare for that by getting ready to come up to these knees as he turns. So I notice him turning. He's probably going to clear his bottom hook. This leg is not really doing anything, so I swing it and come up on top. And I have this arm real tight to me. So you notice he immediately takes a grip on his belt to deny a quick Kimura finish. Yeah, he's real tight. He's already gripped hand to hand at this point. So I'm thinking, get a Kimura grip or something. I don't even have the double wrist control at this point. I'm using my chest to pin his arm. This hand's not really doing anything. Nice. So I grab this gi, the bottom of his lapel, and use it to reinforce this grip. Makes it even stronger, and it helps pin this arm to his chest so he can no longer use it. I'm stepping this leg through, trying to look for some sort of arm lock. Bring the other leg through, and now I can start attacking his grip. So the things I'm thinking about are putting pressure on his grip here by getting my grip as close to his wrist as possible, right? I don't want to be pulling near his elbow. I want to be pulling up high there. So he adjusts his grip to try to take this leg. He wants to push that over his head, but in the meantime, I feel his grip relax. And, I think I give up on this because he was turning. So one more time. Going for this arm lock. Pretty sloppy, I must say. My hips are not very close to his elbow at this point. You can notice there's a lot of space here for his elbow to move. And he notices that, which is how he's able to turn and bring that elbow real low. So the second I lose that elbow, the arm lock's not really possible anymore. So I decide to consolidate and at least keep the top position. And he's looking for my back at this point. You can see I'm facing his legs with my near leg trapped, kind of like a reverse half guard, except I'm sitting on this bottom leg here. Means I can't use it. So immediately I start controlling this arm and faking a wrist lock. He's reaching with his back leg to try to frame me off. And I'm thinking about turning around, going for this side, but at the meantime, I want to disable the use of his leg by keeping it real low by keeping my back pressure onto it. So see, I turn, I compress this leg down, get his both legs to the mat, making it much easier for me to run around to his back unimpeded. And I even catch this shin with my arm, which stops him from bringing that leg back around to frame. So he feels me cupping his shin here, so he's going to use his other leg to trap this arm, which is okay. This top arm, I should be going for a grip on his head or on his collar. I don't think I'm doing either of those. Yeah, I really need to advance that grip. I think I have his hip at this point. So he's just adjusting. I think he was going for the side control triangle. So if you notice, he's going to try to push my head that way and use his leg to capture it. There's a real nasty triangle if I get stuck there. Yeah, you notice he goes for it, and I immediately control this leg and duck back. I don't want my head to get stuck there. That's not very fun to be. Yeah, he tries one more time, but I keep my head low this time. And as I keep my head low, his leg slides right by. So at this point, notice how he's framing my elbow. So while I was defending from his triangles, I was unable to get this elbow. I need to get that elbow high. If I get that elbow high, I can cross face him, give him a nice hug. But instead, notice this hand's kind of dangling, no grips. He gets two hands on my elbow, and he's going to push it across and try to sit up. Yep, he's pushing. I have a grip here to try to stall him, but you can see he's immediately turning. He's going to try to sit up on this bottom elbow. Notice that my arms are really far across, and I'm unable to put pressure down. I'm doing my best, but you can see he comes up. There he is on his bottom elbow, and he's going to swing his legs and try to sit up into me. If I don't do anything, I'm going to fall back down with my back on the mat. So I have to face him again. Immediately pressure back in. That's a lot of energy expenditure for him. So let's look at it one more time. He sits up on this bottom elbow, and he's going to try to come all the way up, but I bring that elbow high. The higher it is, the harder it is for him to press that way into me. And I collapse him back on the mat. It was very close, though. So this time I used my knee in his hip line to try to extricate my elbow, because I'm tired of it being stuck here. I can't really use it to pin him if it's getting stuck. So I'm using my knee to compress his near leg down so I can pull my elbow out. There we go. In the meantime, I bring my knee straight across. And immediately you can see he's trying to catch this quarter guard. So I felt him doing that earlier, so this time I'm very careful not to let him get it. I think he still gets it, yep. So yeah, now I try using this leg to try to pummel my ankles across and to try to clear it, but I don't think I'm successful. Luckily, now I have this nice crossface around his head. Trying to threaten like a guillotine. By threatening this guillotine from the top, I'm able to get my shoulders low, which lets me get my other leg across to try to clear my bottom foot out. You can see I'm trying to peel his legs. He's trying to keep him pinned. And there I go, clearing into mount, clearing the quarter guard. So now he's framing on my arms, and I'm going to try to pull up and get my knees high up into his armpit to try to advance into a high mount. I hug his head, and I'm thinking about scooting high. Yep, getting his elbows high. The higher, the better. If I pin this leg, if I pin this arm to the mat, I'm going to try to step over and go for a mounted triangle. Yeah. Now I got to pull this arm high and lock the triangle. You can see he's keeping this arm real close, not letting me pull it across. It's pretty stable. He's trying to bump me off, but I'm still planted on this knee and this hand. Nice. I catch this arm, have it real close, and I go for this reverse arm lock. I think we still have like 30 seconds in the round. We start again, and I refuse to start standing. Oh, I stand up, go for his leg, and he's got me in a headlock. 20. Oh, he's thinking about some sort of choke over the top, and he steps across. Very nice. He has my arm here. I think he has a bunch of submissions if he can go for it. Oh, I think he was very close there to getting something. I try to sit through around his arm, around his legs, I mean. He's He's trying to catch me in that triangle. I'm sitting back. Bryan is a excellent training partner, and we always have a good time rolling. Unfortunately, he always gets me when I'm tired and sweaty, so it's a bit gross. But I feel that our rolls are always very fun. Okay, thanks for watching, and give me some feedback in the comments if you have anything to say. Thanks.